Good evening. Good evening. My name is Saumya, and we have been having a lot of knowledge sharing since morning about technical writing, documentation trends, etc., 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 etc. So, just take a deep breath. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. For me, close your eyes. Let's all close our eyes for 10 seconds. Take a deep breath. This is not a meditation class, don't worry. Take a deep breath, one more. Let go. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to present it like a dialogue. So enjoy the story and take whatever you want from the story. So one day, it was the usual busy day. My manager called me into the cabin at 11 a.m. in the morning and said, you have to finish this task today, like right now, and then go home. My daughters used to stay with my parents about 250 kilometers away from where I stay in Hyderabad, and I had to travel that day in the train. I somehow finished the task, cursing the manager, cursing everybody who was involved in the task. And then, in the last minute, my cab didn't arrive on time, and I had to take an auto. I cursed the auto driver, I cursed the cab wala, everybody. I was cursing everybody big time in all the possible filthy language that you can think of. I get into the train, a third AC bogie, and then I just have this habit of observing people around me to make new friends, to make small talk over the journey because I can't sleep in the journey. I did not find anybody interesting. There was a couple, obviously newly married with all mehendi and all, and there was a father and a son. The son was about 30 years old, and the father was close to 50, 55. There was this lady who was, very corporate-ish like me. She was holding a, iPad and doing something on her, and there was this college boy on the top berth who was already, probably updating status on his Facebook or Twitter or wherever.
There will be tea served at around 6:30, so please don't go out, okay?
Thank you. So these were the people in the vicinity of my journey, and then I calmly put my luggage. I sat there. It was about 6:30ish, the same winter, and you know how it gets dark very early in winter. So I sat down on my seat, and suddenly it was a full moon day, and then suddenly this 30-year-old boy, he started screaming, Papa, Papa, look, there's a moon over there. Everybody was surprised. This newly married girl, she almost hugged her husband, said, Satish, देखो ना ये क्या बोल रहा है, उसने moon देखा है. And Satish, like the usual husband, newly married husband, doting husband, it's like, Jano, छोड़ो, रहने दो, it's okay, just leave it. Then the train started moving slowly, and then this guy, the guy again, he saw a cool drink vendor getting all colorful cool drinks in the box that he usually gets. He started screaming, Papa, dekho kitne sare cool drinks. 30-year-old guy getting excited about cool drinks. Now this gave me a little shock as well. I was a little, surprised. Kya? Okay, chalta hai, theek hai. Probably he's, a little retarded. Done. The guy on the top, he immediately takes out his phone, started updating. I saw a crazy guy on the train. Bhagwan mujhe bacha lo. I could see the expression on his face. He was literally typing that. And then for everything that he saw, a little colorful thing, a little child, for everything, the 30-year-old guy would shout, scream, and state that that's very colorful, that's very cute. Papa, dekho bachcha kitna cute hai. Papa, dekho ladki kitna colorful dress pehni hai. Everything. And for every instance of that, again, I was looking at the reactions, and suddenly I thought I should do something about it. I calmly went to the uncle, to the elder person, to the guy's father. I said, Uncle ji, आप शायद दूसरे berth में जाके बैठो. आपका बेटा थोड़ा, he's creating a nuisance here, he's creating a scene here. Seeing that I had stood up, the doting husband came, the corporate-ish girl also came, and they started screaming, literally screaming, saying, पागल बंदा है, कहीं और ले चलो. excuse me. Even I was of the impression that the guy must be crazy. Anything might happen in the overnight journey. The father stood silent for 5 minutes while we were screaming. After the whole screaming session was over, he just said one thing. Beta, my son was blind for the past 30 years. This is the first time that he's seeing the colors, that he's seeing the moon, that he's seeing all the children. That's why he's so excited. But yes, I will definitely tell my son not to scream. I don't know about others, but I was shocked. I was silent because I was judging somebody without knowing what they went through. Now this is a talk, this is a speech that I gave in one of the inspiring speeches for Toastmasters. And the immediate reaction for generally whoever is emotional or anything to do with, the other side of being judged will know how hard it is being judged as somebody when nobody knows what you have been through. How many of you agree with me? Let's have a show of hands. Right? You see a person on the road, you immediately start judging. Somebody is honking incessantly, we judge. Right? We judge each and everything that somebody is doing. Somebody is fat, we judge. Somebody is short, we judge. Somebody is talkative, we judge. Somebody is silent, we judge them too. What if you are on the receiving end? What if somebody actually thinks aloud and tells you that they are judging you each and every moment of your life? It's a very common, it's human nature. We have to accept that it's human nature that somebody, everybody judges you, right? But just think, how much difference will it make if you stop judging and accepting the other person as being as unique as you? Wouldn't it make a difference? Yes? No? Maybe? We'll have tea. Be louder. Yes, right? It does make a difference. I came onto the stage. Okay, I'll ask the speaker, the handsome speaker here. What was the first thought that you got when you saw me?
I was looking for, you don't have any slide, but you are going to deliver a power talk.
2 minutes more, yes. I'm done with the talk. I'm done with my message. Okay, so yes, ma'am.
I was like, what if she's going to speak on?
Any weird thoughts? I'm okay. Okay, see, tattoo, happening person. Now that reminds me, when I showed this tattoo to my best friend, he's like, Soumya, tu? Tattoo? My best friend, he judged me, saying that I cannot get a tattoo. See, let's not, my message from this talk, I was asked to give a power talk. I didn't want to talk anything about communication or anything. Just wanted to give a small message. Before you judge somebody, judge yourself. Right? When you're judging, you're scooping to a level of somebody who doesn't even matter. He might be a complete stranger. She might be a complete stranger. Don't scoop to that level. Just accept the fact that everybody is unique. The cliched 5 fingers are unique. So why not different people, right? That's it. Yes?
So I'm just wondering, every time someone judges another person in a negative fashion, and that's called criticism, right? Somewhere we are being critical of others. That's wrong. Do you think it's wrong to be appreciative of others? Because that's also a judgment.
You are stating...
I'm just wondering, because when you accept, then you don't question. But when you appreciate or you criticize, you are questioning.
My humble opinion on that statement would be that if a judgment or probably an opinion is adding value to another person, let's say I find some girl or a lady beautiful, I can compliment it. It's giving them happiness. If If I go to somebody and say that your dress is pathetic, you look fat, I'm not giving them happiness. So it's upon us. We are very stingy with compliments, right? Yeah. There's always a giving a compliment. Yeah, adding value is different in different contexts, right? But happiness is, in this context, is happiness. Value that is giving is happiness. Are you philanthropic enough to do that? No? Thank you very much.